Hey guys, welcome back to Black Clover Mobile. In today's video, we're going to go through my general feelings around the game. We're 4 days into the soft launch. My background, I played a lot of the beta when it was available in October last year, around then. And I re-rolled on Korean for a day and then played for half a day and got sick of translating and stopped. I've been hanging out for this English release, and I am generally thoroughly enjoying it. I've got a couple gripes though, and this may just be a personal thing. Everyone's different, but for me personally, the gearing system is horrible. I can't believe they've left it in the way it is all this time. It feels like you're playing Tetris with gear and you get penalized for doing mixed builds. It's like, you'll see when I show you a bit later on. The other concern for the game is power creep. I had a few friends playing the KR and JP version, 2 on KR, 1 on JP. 3 of them quit because of the power creep with Summer Noel. I didn't play it, so I don't know firsthand, but apparently it was ridiculous. Like Arena, you had Summer Noel or you just basically didn't play the game. And I don't like that kind of power creep, so we'll have to see where that goes. But in general, let's first take a look at one thing that I really like. Everyone gets Charlotte free to play, and she's a really solid unit. Like, not the best in the game, but just a really solid free-to-play unit to start off with. So you get her guaranteed from your first temple. That's really nice. Now, Lotus here I got from the 20 reroll summon that everyone gets. So he's a really good one to pick up from there. Then I use my summons on Red Yami. I kind of wish I went for the Blue Yami instead on the seasonal banner, but you know, these things happen. I really do like Red Yami, but when I look to gear farming, I want a full blue team now, and now I know that. And I'm like, I should have gone for the other Yami because he's a blue one. But hey, those are mistakes made. I got really lucky. I did a couple 10 pulls, and in one 10 pull, I got myself a Mars and a Rill. But yeah, over here, you know, Finral, I feel like he falls off pretty quick, but in general, he's a pretty good unit for free-to-plays. There's a few more SRs that I'll talk about in future videos, but I decided to build him, but I did pull a Vengeance, so he's sort of Vengeance I'm just building up now, and he's going to straight up replace my Finral in my team. But that's sort of where we're looking at for character growth. Now, when we look to upgrading your characters, like I said, there's a few issues I have. First of all, level up, you get some potions, you take them in battle, they gain experience. Pretty standard stuff. Now, to go up, you'll see that Finral, he starts as an SR. You can upgrade him to SSR, then UR, then LR. To do that, you're going to have to increase your bond with these characters, which is a bit of a slow process. There's certain stages that give you extra bond, and there's certain stages, certain items you can get that are gifts, but you don't get too many of them as free to play. And as you can see, once you get to bond level 10, it unlocks the conditions to make them LR, which allows you to limit break past level 80. UR is past level 60, I think. Don't quote me on that. And SSR is past level 40. I can't remember. I only know it's level 80 for the last one, because that's the one that really matters, because I'm trying to get my Vengeance there at the moment. But that's the general upgrading for, you know, leveling up and promoting. The other thing that you have to do before you can promote them is rank them up using these like little... What are they called? I can't remember what they're called. SSR shared mage pieces. Now, these mage pieces, if you get lucky and pull a bunch of SSRs, you're pretty set to build a few of them, because when you reach certain bond levels with the SSRs, you get extra of those. But as you can see, I'm still waiting to find one more so I can put my last one into him. That is just another upgrade system that you need to be aware of, and it's just something that you'll have to continually work towards. You do get them through story and other stuff in the game as well, but they're not like overly abundant. You can see I've done these 4 characters and he's almost done, which isn't too bad in 4 days as free to play, in my opinion. So that's that one. We then have the skills. You can get skill upgrade materials and you just upgrade your skills. You've got the skill pages as well. I've had not too much luck on these, but you know, you get different skill pages, give different effects to your character and stuff like that. There's signature ones. I did actually get Yami's signature skill page as well, which, you know, go ahead and gives him the buff. But that's pretty much, was there anything else I wanted to go through in there? There's skills. We do have talents, which unlock later, but these are very slow, a bit later on type thing. And then the enhancement is for dupes, which just gives you some stats and stuff like that and an extra passive. And afterwards, I realized I forgot to talk about gear in it. So this is being edited in, because gear is the absolute worst thing in this game. I hate it so much. It really frustrates me that they didn't fix this gear system. It's like Tetris. It is like bloody Tetris. But I'm going to try and find a more standardized character that's in the proper build. Okay, so this is a bit more standardized, but essentially what you have is you have different gear sets that give different bonuses. Now he is on a 4-4. Eventually what you're going to end up with is 3 sets of 2, because these tall ones here give you magic attack or your attack. I've got him on the magic attack, obviously, but what you'll do is you'll get those long ones as well out of 2 other sets and make them take up these 3 positions. So you end up having you end up having 3 sets of 2 and 1 off piece that's a 4-banger. It's just really weird, because if you look at my Yami, for instance, and we go here, because I got some UR pieces which have defensive stats which aren't ideal on him, but it does help me a bit for farming and his survivability. Because these defensive pieces go horizontal, whereas the offensive pieces go vertical, you can't, if you mix like I did here, you see I have this 2 spot left over. And it's just really, it just feels like a dumb system. This could be me alone, I don't know, but it just really frustrates me. So you end up being like, tanky units will have 4 horizontal pieces and 3 squares, and offensive units will have 4 vertical pieces and 3 squares. But because I'm in this in-between stage where I'm using both, I actually lose out on a gear position. Like I could have 1 more piece that takes up 6 slots, which gives me more power and stuff like that. But because I've done horizontal and vertical together, tried to mix defense with offense, it just shafts you and says, no, you miss a piece of gear. Because it's so frustrating. It's my biggest gripe with the game, is that the gearing system is just so incredibly just unintuitive. It just feels stupid. I like the fact that, yes, you can play around and you can do like, okay, I want to go all offense or mix it up or go all defense. But what I think they should have done was said, okay, you can have up to like 4 big pieces and you can have up to 3 small, make the limit on the amount of big/small pieces. Don't make this weird system where you feel penalized and not having a spot. Anyway, I just had to edit that in talking about gear. Honestly, I'm not to the stage of really upgrading it, but it's like main stat, substat, standard gotcha gearing system. But yeah, the Tetris style of it is just so infuriating to me. It's like the one gripe I have. Everything else in the game I'm pretty cool with, but this, So that's pretty much what we're looking at for the character upgrades. As for the general gameplay, you've got these tickets up the top here, and these are story tickets. You need them to progress through the story. So it is a bit frustrating when you feel blocked from completing the story because you got to wait time. And these things are super expensive to buy extra ones of. You can only buy 3 per day. That's more of a whale thing. I did it in like day 1 to get a bit of extra progression. Besides that, I sort of skipped it. Then besides that, that's your main thing. You've got different challenges. So basically the normal things you're going to farm is bond experience, mage experience, gear, city districts, which are going to give you gear enhancement materials. And then this one's going to give you talent seeds. At the moment, I'm farming for some gear. And the thing I really like about this game is that it feels rewarding to manually play. So this section, I can get some better gear from this one. And if you look at the power spikes they put in the game, you'll see like this went from 100,000, 101,000, 145,000. So they make these big incremental skips that you've got to work through. And for me, I can manual these, but I can't auto them. So it makes it feel rewarding to manual. Now, another thing they implemented was this 3 times feature, which means it's basically like you do 1 run, but you get 3 runs worth of drops, and it costs you 3 runs worth of stamina. That is really handy when you have to manual some stages. There were issues. They made a dev post saying that players were complaining about, the farming, not getting the drops. The problem is for free to play is they've just basically said, okay, you can burn stamina 3 times as fast. When free to play have a limited stamina pool, even spenders to that extent, I feel like you're still going to run out of burn all your stamina, whether you're doing it in 1 times or 3 times once you get into the auto phase. So I don't know if that fixes it, but it does definitely help when we look at doing manual runs that you have to do. And I'll jump in and show you a run in a minute, but that's basically where we're at. Those are the main things you're going to go ahead and farm. And then the other thing, the main place, you've obviously got things like guilds. You got some different like limited challenges that you can do once per day. There's nothing too crazy, but the other big thing is going to be the arena. So I've been grinding in the arena. You can see I'm ranked 32 at the moment. I made the massive mistake of I made my account, played for a little bit, went to bed, got up, then I unlocked arena after I got up, so I was behind on arena tickets, and then I left them till the end of the day to attack. The problem is that meant that I was fighting low-level bots, and I couldn't get out of this low-level bot range forever, and I didn't realize that the people, if you're in the top ranks, if you're in the higher ranks in like the higher leagues, because you can see there's not many people in that top league, because there's not many people in that league, they still fight bots up there that are super easy and give you massive progression. So if you're late to arena, and this is going to be a thing with global, I'm going to just try and rush an account, hope for luck, and see how we go. Because if you can get high in arena at the start, you just get into this, you just farm bots the whole time and just keep climbing away from everyone else who's trying to slog away at each other to climb. So that is a massive trick that I'm going to try and use for the global launch, but I think a lot more people will use it, and it'll be a lot more competitive up there in arena. But yeah, in general, arena's been really fun. Unfortunately, I've used all my tickets. Oh, I get another one in 16 seconds. So we'll jump in and I'll show you arena battle to show you some combat here. And then I'll show you what I'm doing over in the gear farming and stuff like that. But yeah, I wish I could be farming bots right now, because like it gets competitive in this arena and I'm having a ton of fun in it. So there we go. We've got an arena ticket. Let's refresh. I'm trying to find people highly ranked to get more points. You're 15. You're 15. Let's see what you've got. This is a kind of team I think I can do. Blue Yami's a pain because my main damage dealer is a red, but I think I might be able to do this one. Let's go ahead and try. Yep, that's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, let's give this a crack. And you'll get a basic feel for arena. Man, I love arena. Even if I lose, it doesn't matter. I just have fun in these types of things. But the reason I want to push arena so hard, I'll show you the rewards after this. Once you get into those higher leagues, the one-time rewards you get are so massive. And if you can rush that at the start, especially as free to play, it's going to be huge. So let's go ahead here. So Vengeance is going to do this. He's going to give us some damage mitigation, but also put revenge on my Yami, which is really nice. So when they attack into my Yami's going to go ahead and revenge. Now, normally I use her third skill here to go ahead and, let's see, because normally I use her third skill because that allows me to put attack break on them so I can survive longer. But I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and use this one to defense shred them, so that if my Yami revenges, because his next two characters are going to AoE, so my Yami's revenges should hit pretty hard. So let's see if we can do this. So she's going to AoE and my Yami's going to revenge, and he hits decently hard. Okay, so now we've got this. We can go ahead with this, and I believe that if I land the slow on his guy, my Yami goes next, cuts ahead. Yeah, so Yami cut ahead, which is perfect. Now I'm looking for an enemy with that mark, because if they've got this mark that she puts on, if I kill them, I get another turn. So I'm going to go ahead. Ooh, do I want to do that? Do I think this is a matter of, do I think a basic attack will kill her? And I don't honestly think it will. But should I get rid of one of the other threats instead? What I might do is I might go ahead and do this. Kill her, get that kill, because it gives me crit up. And then I can use a basic, which is an AoE, which won't kill any of them, but it puts me in a situation where I shouldn't really lose with my other three units, even if they nuke my Yami. So I'm just going to do basic. Okay, we put some bleeds on. Now he's probably going to nuke Yami. No, he did the AoE first. Okay, normally they do the single target first. And that's the other thing. You can set preset order of skills to use, which is so fantastic for your defense teams and stuff like that. Okay, there we go. So now... Ooh, they're both moving really quickly. Alright, I might just try and get Asta out of the way, I think. I could buff my Yami and give him turn gauge. But I might see if I can kill... I don't think I can kill, though. So let's go ahead. I'm just gonna buff Yami. It'll give him gauge as well. He's not gonna cut in front of those two. But... Oh no, he hit Yami. Shit, that was a bad move. Okay, I should have just done that from the start. Then I could have buffed someone else. All right, now we can do this. But we should still be fine in this. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying the PvP in this game. I'm going to go ahead and try where their turn gauge is at. Okay, so his basic is not going to get me an extra turn. So this guy's got defense break, so I might just slap it on him. We should kill him with this. Yeah, perfect. We can go ahead and do that. That's fine. Nah, Vengeance, we can just do this. Didn't get him into a tree, and then boom, done. That was close, but like I said, PvP has been thoroughly enjoyable. I can't attack anyone with Mars. I need to build my Mars up. He's just fantastic for defense with stuns and stuff like that. But that's sort of a look at PvP at the moment, we're ranked, what, 30 at the moment? Just trying to climb through these ranks because like I said, if we go to arena info and we go league info, like at the moment I'm getting like 350. Each time I climb a league, we're getting some, but once we get into these upper leagues, like entry rewards, 2,000, 1,800, 1,700. And the thing is, anyone in this league at the moment, they're just fighting bots and free climbing rank. And it's like, wow, I wish I had that. So global, my strat is going to be rush to PvP as soon as I can. Don't get caught up. Just rush story, buy the tickets, because you need to complete through story to get it. And then try and climb as quick as possible is going to be my play, I think. Now, I just wanted to touch on the whole, is it free to play? Like I said, I think the game is pretty free to play friendly to enjoy the game. PvP is always going to be a whale central pay to win type thing. Yes, strategy can get you so far, but you know, if you're running the same team as someone else and theirs is max duped out, they've just got the advantage. But yeah, I mean, every game is pay to win, but I think you can really enjoy yourself as free to play. And that, like, I feel like the amount of resources and stuff you get is nice. Stamina comes from so many places. You get it from AFK loot. You can buy it from the shops, you know, with premium currency or with the dupe R units you have and stuff like that. So it does feel like stamina comes in pretty quick, and you always have something to do. But yeah, in general, I think it's pretty decent free to play game. But yeah, obviously, if you want to be rank 1, probably going to be a pay-to-win type affair, unless it's early on and you climb really quickly and you get into that bot farming stage. Then you're pretty safe. Then it just matters what kind of a defense you can field, which, you know, free-to-play are going to struggle a bit more. But that is going to cover it for Black Clover Mobile. I'm still grinding this game out like crazy because I'm having so much fun in it. But yeah, I'm so keen to see what they do with like the issues that made people quit the other versions, like Summer Noel, see if they do any adjustments to that or anything like that. Have to wait and see. But anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.